A lot of people are very worried about this whole MAGA civil war, and for understandable reasons. However, I think that some of you guys are being a bit too chronically online, and you might not understand what's really going on. You need to know that this whole MAGA civil war is almost exclusively confined to the internet and to right-wing intelligentsia. Holy heretic, are you aware of the ongoing MAGA civil war?
Vaguely.
What are the factions?
Isn't about the Epstein files?
The other day, a group of high school students was visiting my college, and the conversation inevitably turned to politics. And one of the kids was just the most stereotypical Zoomer I've ever met. Right off the bat, he declares, "Yeah, I'm a groyper. I watch Nick Fuentes." And I was just like, oh my gosh, this generation is absolutely screwed. But then one of the other kids says, "Who's Nick Fuentes? I've never heard of him." And I was like, whoa. Normal people still exist. Not everyone is part of this Twitter politics war. Your average boomer conservative or homeschool mom or Fox News dad simply does not care. If they even know who Nick Fuentes is, they just see him as some crazy fringe online thing. There is no civil war between normies and groypers because the normies don't even know what a groyper is. The real civil war is not among the masses, but among the elites. Heritage Foundation speakers, Daily Wire hosts, members of Congress, the people who shape culture and direct the Republican Party, they are all very aware of Nick Fuentes and Bronze Age pervert and raw egg nationalist and Curtis Yarvin and all these people. Seriously, go ask your grandma about Nick Fuentes. Probably not someone she thinks about very much. Most people who voted for Trump in 2024 still like Trump. Polls might go up and down, but that's all fickle and temporary. At the end of the day, they still like Trump. They still like JD Vance. They still like Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson, and they don't see any contradiction between any of those things. It's also important to understand that this civil war is not a new phenomenon. The MAGA movement has been broken and repaired over and over and over again. They had a split over COVID, a split over J6 in the election, a split over H-1B visas with Vivek Ramaswamy, a split over Iran this summer, and of course the split with Elon Musk. Every time, people freak out and say, oh my gosh, MAGA's falling apart, Trump will never recover, and then every time he recovers and it's fine. Nothing ever happens. Or does it? Because even though this split is mostly concentrated among chronically online young men and intellectuals, it might become a very real divide very soon for two reasons. First, old people have an expiration date. I love the boomers. We are going to miss them. We all love our grandparents. But in about 10 years, that demographic will all but disappear, and the Republican Party will look very different. A whole new generation will rise to power, and they will have very different priorities, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Two, Trump has an expiration date. Right now, he's kind of this unifying figure. Everybody from BAP to John Doyle to your Fox News grandpa can agree, yes, we support Trump. He is our leader. We will trust the plan. They might have completely different reasons for saying that, but they all agree we are Trump supporters. But what you have to understand is that Trump is the movement. There is no MAGA. There is no America First. Not really. It's just Trump. When he steps down in 2028, if he steps down, all that unity will fall apart. Suddenly, the young radicals and the Fox News grandpas won't agree on a candidate, and all these ideological struggles that are kind of bubbling beneath the surface will come to the foreground, and Israel will be on the ballot. I would argue that the MAGA civil war hasn't really started yet. We had our slave revolts with Candace and Brett leaving Daily Wire. We had our bleeding Kansas with Iran over the summer. We're currently watching the raid on Harper's Ferry, but the real civil war is still yet to come. When the civil war starts, we need to be ready with a serious political project because it will basically be an ideological free-for-all, which means we have an opportunity to push our platform. But you don't start a sales pitch until you know for sure what you're selling. Are we pro-nuclear power environmentalists, or are we still going to do this whole drill baby drill thing? Do we care about the beauty of nature or not? Are cultural issues a priority, or should we maybe just drop that? Are we really going to keep doing the whole drag queen story hour, thing. I mean, is that really working? Secondly, we have to do a lot more gatekeeping. Right now, what's happening is this inevitable pattern where fringe ideas go mainstream and get completely ruined. We're seeing a lot of low IQ people hopping on the anti Israel bandwagon, the Theo Von fans, the Asmongold fans, the people who get their political beliefs from comedians. Those people all hate Israel now, and it's getting really, really annoying. We need to lock in, disavow these idiots, and focus on what's really important. Israel is not the number one issue. Not even close. It's not even in the top 10. By all means, criticize Israel's aggressive geopolitics. By all means, call for peace in the Middle East. By all means, criticize excessive foreign aid. But don't be an anti Semitic weirdo, okay? That's cringe. It's low status. Stop it. If we want to win the Civil War and become the establishment, we can't let low IQ Groyper Spurgs take over our movement. So that's the message, guys. Lock in, don't panic. This has happened before. Yes, it's escalating, but we still have a chance to save it, okay? This is an opportunity, not a disaster.